Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Happily Booked, the book, bookcast, where two good spirits believe that we like to read. That's all that's all I feel like saying. I'm not going to lie. Well, your hostesses, Brooke and...
Back.
And I'm kissing my microphone. Welcome back.
I feel like I need to do an edit later.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I'm like on top of the microphone and you're like a foot away from it. And you're still loud.
I was sitting up close and I was like, oh, I need to sit back.
I'm going to have to sanitize this. Because what if you use it next time?
And I put my face right up on it?
You'll have to. I think you're by your nature, you're already a little bit quieter than me. Like, just when you speak. I think I get excited and yell quicker. Oh, your children disagree. Oh, they're biased though. They don't have their opinion on that. I'm just kidding. This is hard because like I'm gonna have to stop talking to lean away and get stuff. So yeah. Not that anybody's gonna notice or care. It's not gonna affect a single soul except me and Becky and maybe her daughters. We're recording 2 episodes today, so we're going to probably just try to stay on topic as best as we can and get through this episode so that we can eat lunch and then record the next one. We'll see how that goes.
And the next one is, we're trying to stay ahead in case someone gets sick.
Right.
Is what we're doing.
Yeah. Which I am going out of town 2 weeks in a row coming up. So...
I'm going to be extremely giggly this episode because you keep wiping your nose on your...
It's the only way you can hear me.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Colorado, and then the weekend, after the weekend I go to Colorado, I'm going on our mutual friend's bachelorette trip to Nashville.
Okay.
So I'm excited, and I'm sure she's excited.
Of course.
Their wedding is coming up, and it's going to be so sweet. Their wedding's on April 1st.
Yes.
I'm excited. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait. I love them. I'm happy to see them be brought together.
Me too.
Made as one. She's going to be so pretty.
They're such a cute couple.
They are so cute. I can't.
love them.
I just can't. What are we here to talk about? Oh, I have a haul.
Yes, you do. I can't wait to see it.
I know, and he knows the colors.
I was about to say, is this for his sweater?
Yes,
okay.
It is. So since
I don't know the colors.
I know. So since he knows the colors of his new, yeah, you do. You probably just don't remember. Yeah, you do. He knows the colors of what his sweater was supposed to be, which it was going to be green and tan.
Right.
So it was going to be a green body with a tan accent. So like at the bottom, the cuffs, and around the neck. So I decided that once I finish his sweater, I'm going to undo what was supposed to be his original one. And I'm going to make myself a green and tan sweater.
Okay.
Because I've already bought the yarn, so
right.
May as well use it. And I think I'd like a green sweater. So with that being said, I will open up this box.
I can't wait to see it. Especially since I forgot the colors.
I know it's awfully convenient for you. Oh, don't cut towards yourself. Don't cut towards yourself, people.
Yeah, one of our coworkers was fussing at me Saturday.
One of our coworkers, you know who you are, was cutting. She had to have been cutting towards herself because she cut herself twice.
Oh,
she's fine. And it was with my knife. And I was like, okay, you're done. You're done. You've been cut off. Give it back.
Literally.
I will not be a party to this.
Oh, it's funny. One of our coworkers borrowed my knife on Saturday, and she goes, I'm just going to keep it for a while. And I was like, don't forget she has your knife.
What you mean you're going to keep it for a while?
She was opening a lot of boxes.
So
That's
pretty.
a cute bag.
It is a cute bag.
Is this the first time you bought from them?
Yes. So I'm excited. Oh, it's so soft.
Oh, that's pretty.
So it's this pretty, like, almost jean blue. Oh, it's dusty denim. That's right. The color is dusty denim.
That is pretty.
So that's gonna be the accent pieces.
Okay.
So there's 2 of those.
And this is going to be the body.
Oh.
It's called Cosmic Navy.
I like that.
I like it too. And I thought that blue went really well with it because it can accent it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 4 of those. There's 4 of those and then 2 of the accent. Two of the accent skeins.
I can't wait to see that. It's going to look so good.
Yeah.
I think those colors will look good on him, too.
I think so, too. I hope I do a good job. I'm so nervous every time I think about knitting somebody a sweater. And they're like, it's going to be great. I'm like, what if it's not?
Your first sweater you did was really good.
Yeah.
And you were really worried about it, but you did a really good job.
I think I was less worried about it, though, because it was for me. And it was going on my body.
Right. So if one arm was longer than the other, it was like, okay.
It's fine.
But one arm wasn't longer than the other, was it?
Nope. My arms were a little too long. They were a hair too long, but they were even. And that was more important. You hear that bird in there?
Which is more than we could say for the sweater that I crocheted for you.
It was adorable. I'm going to have to post a picture on the Instagram. It's this blue little like cardigan sweater with these cute little daisies on it. I think they're daisies.
Yeah.
I think they'd be considered daisies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's yarn, so they're not really flowers, but
right.
but it's so cute. She has these buttons on it and everything. It's really cute.
Which she can't button, but hey.
I mean, I could button them.
Three of the 5.
3 out of the 5 buttons can get buttoned. I technically have another thing to haul, so I guess I'll get that.
Okay. I'm excited.
Okay, so my technically second haul. I mean, everybody saw this coming because I literally said it last episode. I don't know if anybody caught it. But I know I sounded like a spoiled brat when I was disappointed about the cover for Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. I know I did. You don't have to tell me, and I don't care if you think it, because I know it's true. But, I have this expectation for what my future little library is going to look like.
Right.
And so I want it to be covers that I want to look at.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then for our future library, which, honestly, that could be any copies.
Right.
Of anything, because people, they like certain copies over
right.
others. So I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but I'm going to be less picky about that.
Right.
But for my own library that will eventually be above the barn outside,
right,
I want it to be a certain way. I
right.
guess. So I bought Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. It's not the exact, obviously it's not the green cover,
right.
But it's
you like
better.
That one better?
I like this one a lot better than the other one. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the other Neverwhere copy.
Maybe it'll eventually go in our Happily Booked Cafe.
Yeah, I mean, anybody can borrow it. Maybe I'll sell it. Maybe I'll give it away.
There you go. Sell it on Thrift Books.
If
they buy them, right?
Yeah, I think so. Probably. I don't know, actually.
I mean, they have to get their books from somewhere.
Somewhere. I thought it was more like an Etsy kind of thing.
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's my thinking phase.
Well, one of the books that I bought from there came from a library, so, I mean, I don't know.
One of mine also, a while back when I bought one, it came from a library. It had, like, the clear plastic on it and everything. I mean, it still does. I didn't take it off.
Yeah, I didn't take mine off either.
I feel like it'll ruin it if I try to take it off. So, we could buddy read Neverwhere. That's what I was about to say.
Oh.
Technically. Yeah, since I have another copy now.
I'd actually have to read.
I know. Crazy. Wild concept. So, yeah, that's what I have. There will be a picture of it on the Instagram, all that.
We'll be buddy reading and you'll be done in a week and I'll be like, I'm almost there.
Hello? So there's a few corrections that I want to say, and I know there's a few corrections you want to say. So you go ahead with yours and then I'll go ahead with mine and then we'll move on.
Okay. So I was listening to the podcast last week and I was talking about the author of the dragon books that I was reading. And I said her name was Donna K. Paul. It's Donita. Donita K. Paul. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, when I was listening to the podcast, I was like, why did I say that?
I do that all the time. Welcome to my world.
I was like, that's not the right name.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make that correction.
Good job.
Thanks.
Were there any other corrections you had?
I don't think so. I mean, who knows?
You're not as bad as me yet.
I don't make notes, so.
Yeah, you've got a pretty good memory.
Or I make notes and I forget them at home. So.
Yikes. That contradicts what I just said.
It's not that I just, when I'm gathering my stuff, I don't gather everything I need to gather.
Right. I understand.
I'm not
you're coming an hour away.
I'm not sure if I should be a business owner.
I don't have anything to say to that. I hope you can be a business owner.
Me too. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna turn this.
What are your corrections?
So, I talked about a book. Briefly. I think I only said the title, who it was by, and that it was the saddest book I've ever read, and that I didn't mark it as sad. It's called All My Puny Sorrows, and I had said that they made a show, but that I couldn't watch it because it's just available in Canada. That it's still only available in Canada, but it's not a show. It's a movie. It's a film. Yeah, which I know, it's not that big of a deal to say incorrectly, but some people like shows and don't like movies, and vice versa. So just to get that out there, it is a movie, not a show. Also on Netflix, The School for Good and Evil. It wasn't last episode. It was a couple episodes ago. I said that was a show. Also incorrect. It is a movie on Netflix. So sorry. That's what I had to say about those. I had a weird thing that I wanted to mention that I noticed that I said in the last episode. I talked about when I was doing the wrap up, and I got to the longest and the shortest book that I read. I said the longest and the shortest books that I read in 2022 were both audiobooks. How coinkydinkial,
Right.
But I thought it was weird that I had just talked about finishing at the last minute, December 31st, The Walking Dead Volume 1, Days Gone By, and it took me only an hour to read. But then Storygraph didn't count that as the shortest book, even though it knows that it's only a comic. So I thought that was interesting because the audiobooks would have still been longer than the comic.
Right.
So I feel like that should have been the shortest book that I read, but maybe it wasn't counting it, but it was counting it as a graphic novel.
Right.
So it did count it as a book.
That's weird.
I have conflicted feelings about it.
Yeah.
Can you tell? So I just thought that was odd because I had just talked about the Walking Dead comic and then moved into that and totally contradicted what I said, basically. If you know what a comic book is.
Right. It's pretty short.
Yeah, very short. So everyone probably knows by now, I'm reading The Stand by Stephen King, and I'm really enjoying it, but we'll talk about that later. Our coworker who wanted me to read The Stand, he comes up to me at work, and he's like, "So how are you enjoying The Stand?" I'm like, "I'm really enjoying it. I really like it." He's like, "Yeah, it's really dark, though." And I'm like, "It is very dark." You can expect that, though, going into Stephen King, more or less. It's going to be, what's the word? Challenging, I guess, depending on what it is. And we were just talking about that, and he asked me where I was in the book. He said, "Are you about settled into the story yet?" And I was like, I don't think I'm quite within, the meat of the story yet. I'm still being introduced to a lot of characters. And I don't know if he asked me if I have met the character that has the dog yet. And I was like, no, I don't think so. And I was telling him some characters I do like and whatever. We just talked about it. And he was like, well, the guy with the dog, I really like that character. And don't worry, the dog is fine. And I was like, good. Because I don't know how I'd handle it. Because Stephen King, he's such a good writer. You get, so absorbed in these characters.
Right.
And I just know actually, today now, I have met the character with the dog. I love the character with the dog. I love the dog. So now I know that if something happened to the dog, I don't know if I could handle life at this point.
It's a good thing he gave you that little acknowledgement or whatever.
I was like, this is proof that you listen to the podcast. Right. So I thought that was really, really funny. And I really appreciated the
heads up.
Yeah, the heads up and the clarification that the dog is A-okay. So it's going to be edited out. Nobody else is going to hear it. But we just talked about something we needed to talk about, and then we completely skipped over it and did not talk about it, but I wrote it down. So Becky, take it away.
Okay, so we were conflicted about how we were going to do it this time, but we made a decision, an executive podcast decision. We are going to do another book for the book club, and instead of having you vote on one this time, we just decided on one.
Because we want to, and we can do what we want.
It's going to be a romance this time. And actually, Brooke kind of picked it out.
And it's kind of romance fantasy,
So
I think.
So we think that you'll enjoy it, although probably a lot of you have already read it because it's older. But hopefully you'll enjoy rereading it if you've already read it.
Or at least listening to us talk
about it.
That's bound to be a good time.
So we're going to read Twilight.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a copy and you want to read along with us, go ahead and get your copy. I'm ordering mine this week. Please don't buy all of the copies off of thrift books because I already found a $5 copy, and quite frankly, I don't want to spend more than that.
Yeah.
So don't use thrift book. No, I'm just kidding. But all right. So so if you guys get your books, or if you already have them, you could start reading, I guess technically now if you wanted to, but we're going to read from February 6th to March 6th. We will, on March 6th, we'll record the episode about the book and what we thought about it. And then, so you will hear that episode on March 13th.
Yep.
So.
Good job.
Yay.
How exciting. I mean, I know there's a lot of jokes that go around with Twilight. Like, people enjoy making fun of Twilight. But the books are really good. They're really good.
So I have to say,
it became so big for a reason.
That very, very much like The Hunger Games.
Right.
I've never read or seen the movies. So the only thing I know about Team Edward and
Team
Jacob, like that was a big thing.
Team Jacob.
So I know that like it that was a kind of a thing, and I know one's a werewolf and one's a vampire.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. So that's all I know. So going into it, I know less than probably 90% of the population.
It's possible. Because it was a big deal. It still is. Like, I mean, it's a huge thing. It's just,
right.
Obviously it's not as popular as Harry Potter because it doesn't have its own section at Universal Studios. But it's still it was a big deal.
Speaking of Harry Potter at Universal.
Yeah.
I need some money.
Me too.
I was looking at that. And I was telling you at work the other day, and one of our coworkers was listening. Seems like he might be interested.
Yeah.
Because he stopped what he was doing to get in on the conversation. At Universal, they have the Hogwarts Express.
Yeah.
And it runs from one of their parks to another. And I think, if I read it correctly, there's like, it's interactive. Like, stuff happens on the ride.
That's cool.
To get the full Harry Potter experience, you can stay in one of their resorts. And this is why it's really expensive.
Right.
But you can stay on one of their resorts. You can have breakfast. Like, it's Harry Potter themed. They have butterbeer. And I really hope their butterbeer tastes better than what I got at the Harry Potter experience in Atlanta.
Yeah.
That stuff, no. It was kind of like, I don't know if anyone's had soda water or if you even like soda water.
Ugh.
But it was like soda water with hardly any flavoring.
Oh, gosh.
And I was really expecting it to be like butterscotchy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
I always expected, other than like the actual alcoholic beer beverage that they would probably make. Like, if it's going to be like a soda, I would expect it like a butterscotch cream soda.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was supposed to taste like.
Yeah.
And
that sounds good.
Yeah. Back a long time ago, when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
I found online like a recipe to make butterbeer.
Right.
Because I actually thought about having like a Harry Potter party.
Yeah.
Themed party. And it just, quite frankly, what I got at the Harry Potter experience in Atlanta just didn't taste like what I thought it was going to taste like.
Yeah, that's sad.
I was very disappointed.
Right.
So I hope Universal's is better. It's like $3,000.
It better be better. So, speaking of the Harry Potter experience, no, I'm not getting to go. But my sister went with her boyfriend, and she also brought me a magnet. Yeah, that's right.
Mine was cuter.
Yeah.
Now we have beef because on Saturday
she's funny.
She's hilarious.
And sassy. Y'all think I'm sassy.
She's pretty sassy.
She's a whole nother level of sassy.
It's the hair.
Yeah, it is. That's what everybody says. It's the red hair. Not for me, for my sister. But I don't have beautiful red hair. I still have beautiful hair. But
you do.
I have beautiful brunette hair. So on Storygraph, I put my goal as 80 books, and it likes to update you and tell you how far behind you are.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So if I go to my Storygraph profile,
Mm-hmm.
my 2023 reading goal is 80 books. I'm 3% into that goal with 2 books. It says 3 books until you're back on track. You can do this. So if I ever finish The Stand, because, I mean, nobody should be surprised. It's over 1,000 pages. I'm not done yet.
Thick.
It's thick with 2 C's. I might have a devious little plan to go ahead and get 3 books in. 3 books.
Would it be audio?
Probably. Maybe. I can't reveal my secrets.
So what is the percentage that you're through The Stand right now?
30-something. 30. 34. And I'm on page 457.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
That's pretty good.
So I'm getting there. It's very entertaining.
Good.
I will say that. Also, when we did the wrap up for all of my books and whatnot, when I went over the classics, I read Dune Messiah was a classic. That's what Storygraph put as a classic. But I read 2 Dune books last year, and I thought it was weird that it didn't include the 3rd book, Children of Dune, in the classics.
Yeah, that is weird.
That's odd, because wouldn't they both be?
You'd think.
You would think. Anyway, I just thought that was odd. How is the sweater for our coworker that you're making going? I want to know. Tell me.
I've really only got the mandala done and 1 square, which is all I had done before.
Yeah.
Because I overextend myself quite frequently.
I feel that.
My house has kind of been a priority.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
And I'm really happy with the progress we've made. But it always feels like every time I make progress, the cats interfere.
There's always something.
And as you know, I have 8 of them.
What?
So we went to sleep one night and we could hear them making a ruckus, which is really normal.
Yeah.
But it did sound like they were being a little overly rowdy.
Mm-hmm.
When we got up the next morning, there was a metal chair that we do normally keep folded up against the wall for whatever reason. They had knocked it into the floor. There was a thing of litter that for some reason didn't have a lid on it, but Emma had put it like in a cabinet. They knocked it into the floor, and apparently they batted it around the floor.
Oh my goodness.
There was cat litter everywhere, and the chair had been scooted around.
Sliding on the cat litter.
Sliding in the cat litter. So Emma swept it all up, and for some reason, she left a little pile. Never came back to it. So the next night, and I was in the kitchen like doing dishes, making some dinner, and I turn around, and one of the kittens is like doing his paws in it. And I kept chasing him away, and I said, Emma, you've got to clean this up. You can't leave it.
Yeah.
We went to bed. She left it. So we got up the next morning, litter everywhere, because they got in it and played around in it and respread it.
A 3-day litter saga.
Then, on top of that, they had knocked their water dishes, so their water was in the litter.
Oh my gosh.
So it was kind of muddy.
Yeah.
Because it's clay.
Starting to clump it up.
And so I put a towel down where the water had spilled. And I was like, I'll get to it later. And I was doing dishes and cleaning the kitchen and stuff, and I didn't. So I got up the next morning, and there was cat litter inside the water dish. Not sure how they did that.
Yeah.
And they had pulled the towel inside the water dish. So I swept it up myself and got rid of everything, and we mopped and stuff. It was a 3-day saga.
You should get a crate, like a dog crate, and like herd them into the dog crate at night.
Somebody would be dead in the morning, I feel like. They'd
fight each other.
They would vote someone out.
And like, I don't know how you would do it with cats, but Remy always enjoyed getting her into her crate. Like, she also knew that when she had a crate, if she was getting scolded, and I would tell her to go get in her crate, she knew she was in trouble. But if you just left the door open, she enjoyed laying in it. So I don't know how you do it with cats, but...
Well, so sometimes we let them in the room with us, and by we, I mean the girls, because I don't want them to sleep with me. And because I don't want them to get comfortable doing that until, like, my room is a mess. And it's actually one of the last rooms that I'm going to work on, because I want everyone else I want the whole house to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that my bedroom should be like my escape, but I want us to be able to use the rest of the house. So it's going to be the last room that we do. So it's really, I just don't want them in there because I know they're going to get into the stuff that's in the floor.
Yeah.
So, but when they let them sleep in there, they're not as rambunctious, and also they don't let all of them sleep in there. So there's one or two, and they sleep on the bed or they sleep on top of the dresser or whatever. So they're less rowdy. So maybe whenever we get the house in order
Mm-hmm.
and they're allowed to be in the rooms at night, maybe it will be different. But as it is, it's really frustrating
I'm sure.
because I get stuff cleaned up and then I get up the next morning and there's
Cat litter everywhere.
They've had a house party.
Yeah.
They're like teenagers. Can't leave them alone.
Maybe, I mean, they're not very old yet, right? They're still,
They're going to be a year old
yeah.
in a couple months, yeah.
Maybe they'll calm down once they all start to get a
That's
little bit
what I'm
older.
hoping, but that probably won't happen until like December.
That's what I'm hoping for Pumpkin. I mean,
Yeah.
she's already gotten calmer since she's been spayed,
Mm-hmm.
but I want her to calm down a little bit more.
Yeah. See, they've all been spayed and neutered, but that is a thing too. Like, she's rambunctious by herself as one cat.
Right. I can't imagine having 8 rambunctious little hellions.
There's really only 5 of them are kittens.
Yeah.
So they're the rambunctious ones. But one of the adults, not their mom, goes into this kitten-like state when they're being rowdy, and she thinks she's a kitten as well. And she runs around with them when she's not hissing at them. Sometimes she's like, okay, I'm old and I'm done.
Yeah.
But so I really only have 5 to 6. The other one is like really fat and she's not into that. And she like hides under the sink half the
Me
time.
too.
We can't find her. She's under the sink.
That's my spirit animal.
And the mom likes to sit away from all of them
Yeah.
and look at them with the evil eye. Like,
Also my spirit animal.
she's like, why did I have you?
That's funny.
I regret my life choices.
Oh gosh.
So, yeah, so her sweater. I haven't even worked on the temperature blanket for the past 2 days.
I'm
I'm 2 days behind.
I'm 3 days behind. Not counting today. Today would make 4.
Yeah.
I did start a little bit on it this morning when I was finishing the show notes for
Mhm.
last week's episode. Don't know if anybody noticed. There weren't show notes all week. Whoops. So, but then I got distracted, had to do something else. So I've only done half a day
Mm-hmm.
on that. That's the 20th. Yeah. So, oh wait, no, I'll be 3 days behind. No, 4 if you count the 20th. 4 days behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, sucks. I mean, it's fine. I'll catch up.
Yeah.
But it's just you don't want to get too behind.
Right. Well, because right now you have more to do.
Right.
I keep thinking if I do this later on, this is going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm. You're
This
not
is
going to
take a long time.
You only have so much time to incorporate for 365 days.
Right. I did finish Dragonknight by Donita K. Paul.
Dragonknight. That's the third one?
Yes.
Nice.
And we haven't started a new audiobook. Something else that distracted us. I found a new podcast.
You found a podcast?
I found a new podcast that I like, but unless you like politics, you probably wouldn't like it. So
Oh,
you wouldn't
okay.
like it.
Yeah. Sorry.
But they say a lot of very interesting things, and they come at it from a perspective that's not 100% my perspective.
Okay.
I agree with a lot of what they say, and I also find they're not Christians. They come at it from a secular point of view, but I find it interesting what they say from their secular point of view
Mm-hmm.
and how we kind of agree on a lot of stuff, even
Yeah,
though I'm a
even though.
Christian and they're not.
That is interesting.
It's a very interesting perspective. It's called Triggernometry, if anyone is interested.
I think I've heard of that.
And the only reason I found out about it is because one of the guys who's on it spoke before Parliament, and he was so I don't want to make it sound like
Entrancing?
shocked that someone would be educated, but he just sounded so educated, and his points were really just well
informed.
well spoken.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would like to listen to more. Now, I will say that I was very shocked because the F-bomb did fly a couple times in one of the episodes.
Uh-huh.
They're not cussing in the one we're listening to now, but, well, they've said the S word. But to me, that's not on the same level as the F word.
I don't feel like if you're going to have a podcast about politics or things that are political, you shouldn't need to incorporate cursing.
That language. Yeah. But it's mostly the guests that they have on.
So they probably just say, y'all can say whatever.
Yeah. And I was really kind of surprised because like the one guest who did, she had some bad language and I was really surprised.
Yeah.
Because she's an academic and she wrote a book. So she's on there to promote the book and the views of the book that she wrote. And it's very interesting.
Yeah.
But then she cussed and I'm just like, it was really weird that I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But I still was interested in what she was saying.
Yeah.
And like I said, she's not a Christian. She's former Catholic. She's non-religious now. And one of the hosts is also former Catholic, non-religious. And so they kind of bonded over that a little bit. But it was just really interesting, her point of view as a non-Christian.
Yeah.
So if anyone is interested in politics, that you might be interested in that.
Triggernometry.
So the first half is trigger, like it's triggering.
Like you've been triggered.
Yeah.
Okay.
And nometry.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of that podcast then.
So it's really interesting. And so that distracted me from listening to audiobooks this week.
Oh.
Because Emma and I have been listening to it.
Roll that back around.
But I did finish Dragonknight, and I still have a little bit more to read.
Oh, no.
I know. But I did read 10 chapters all at one sitting.
Ooh.
And I really thought that I was going to do that and get finished, but I got distracted by everything else.
Go on and say the name of the book.
Run, Rose, Run.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
So you finished Dragonknight by Donita K. Paul.
Yes. And I didn't start my other audiobook that I'm interested in starting. And I was going to cheat and use my credit on Audible and get Run, Rose, Run. And I was going to listen to it.
So close. There's
I was going to listen
point.
to it on high speed. That one over there was like, I wanted to listen to that podcast.
Not
because they had a very interesting guest on, and she wanted to hear what they had to say. It was the guy who a couple years ago who had the surgeries to look Korean.
Yeah. I vaguely remember that.
They had him on their show.
Interesting.
So we wanted to listen to what he had to say. So I didn't start my audiobook, or I didn't cheat with my Run, Rose, Run. I really wanted to be done.
That you didn't cheat and waste a credit on Run, Rose, Run when you have the book and you're almost done with it. That's like a whole credit you wouldn't get back. So I'm glad you didn't do that. Because you can use that on something else. You can use that on I'd Rather Be Reading by Anne Bogel.
That's true.
I think you'd really like that book. And she reads it. So you gotta listen to that.
Okay, yeah,
that'll
maybe I'll
get you back into wanting to sit down and read. And
I want to sit down and read, but it's hard to sit down and read when you're crocheting or when you're cleaning up cat mess or when you're decorating your house. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah, I know.
I do want to sit down and read it. And then, I even brought it to work because I was like, I can read a chapter. Job. It was in the car. It just never made it into the store.
Oh my gosh.
And then one day I left it out there on purpose. I was like, I'll go out to my car
and
on
read
break.
in my car. I try to do that sometimes.
I didn't make it to my car. I forgot I was going to do that.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm terrible.
That's okay. You're getting there. We're working on it. You're getting better. So I really want to go over the books that I technically finished that I never actually talked about.
Okay, yeah.
Since we've been doing Christmas tags, and then we were sickly, and then blah 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 blah. So it's gonna be like a lightning session, though. So I'm not really gonna go into a lot of detail. I just want to kind of tell people if I liked it, what I rated it, whatever.
Okay.
So starting with the first one, I did finish. For anybody who was concerned and didn't know, for sure. Even though technically we talked all about all the books I finished last week. So I finished Soul Riders, the first one, Jorvik Calling by Helena Dahlgren. I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was really sweet, really cute. It's a children's book. It's adventurous. It's fast-paced. It's equestrian-esque. So if you're into horsies, I mean, it's really cute. I finished the second one in that series, Soul Riders, The Legend Awakens. I gave that 4 stars. I don't know why I jumped down to a star. But it was also adventurous. I think it was a little bit more slow-paced. Maybe that's why. But it was very good. There are issues that they're having to work through and, save the world kind of stuff. is starting to get a little more intense. So I'm sure once I read the third one, it'll all just...
Maybe it'll go back up to a 5-star.
Yeah, come together. It's going to hit the fan, probably.
Right.
I have not read the third one, though. I read Bridge to Terabithia, which I know I've mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
I gave that 4 stars. It was really good, really sweet, really sad. I thought it was very adventurous from a child's point of view. You know, they cross over the river and go straight into, like, their own imagination, and they just have a great time with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's middle grade. It is sad. Thought it was medium paced is what I put on the app.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, that's subjective. But it was really good. I want to watch the movie again, so I might do that at some point this week.
Mm-hmm.
Just to compare. Did I say I gave it 4 stars? I did.
Yeah, you did.
That is by Catherine Patterson. Bridge to Terabithia is by Catherine Patterson. And then I started my Neil Gaiman binge. I listened to The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. And I did that because I was thinking, I like Coraline.
Mm-hmm.
I know I like Coraline. I read Coraline and I've watched the movie countless times.
Mm-hmm.
I know I want to read more of Neil Gaiman. I just need to do it. I just need to do it. So most of his books, I think, are unscribed. And
I think so, too.
I started with The Ocean at the End of the Lane because it was only 5 hours and 46 minutes. I gave it 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. It is a bit horror-esque.
Mm.
I didn't realize that going in, but I was okay with it.
Right. Of course you were.
Right. It was sort of along the same lines as, like, the amount of horror that's in Coraline, but just a hair more intense, I think. So it was pretty good. There was a part where, like, the character is a little boy. You're following him the whole time. He goes to this magical field somehow with someone and steps on something. Mm. He goes home and is like, my foot's uncomfortable. Something's inside my foot. So he goes to look at his foot and he sees, like, I don't remember how it looks originally to him, but I think it's like a worm. And so he goes to pull on it. And I was like, okay, this is gross. But I was like, fine with it. And then he said that he could feel the worm holding on inside his foot. I paused the audiobook and almost passed out. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, no. But it was really good. I liked that book a lot. It was really good. Neil Gaiman's great. And then I read The Walking Dead, Days Gone By, the Volume 1, first comic of the series. Enjoyed that. That was my last book of the year. Loved it. It was great. I love The Walking Dead. Then I listened to The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman, and I gave it 5 stars. It was great. It was very sweet. It's about this boy that gets adopted by ghosts in a graveyard.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was very witty, very whimsical, very, if you're looking for a found family kind of book, that's a good one for it. It's really sweet. Come the end, I was getting real choked up because I can't say, but I can't say, stop bugging me. It was really good though. It was really sweet, very adventurous. I know I've said it was whimsical, but like the first chapter is called The Day Nobody Came to the Graveyard, something like that. It's like a pun. It's a play on the character's name. They end up naming him Nobody. Oh. And it's really cute that way. Just stuff like that. I really like that book. Then I read Beartown. Beartown was great. And that's all I have to say. Now, I knew I was going to like it because I liked, well, that's bold to say, but I was pretty sure I was going to like it. But I liked the first book by Frederick Bachman that I had read. And so I was fairly confident I was going to like Beartown as well. I did. I gave it 5 stars. It was very emotional, very reflective on life and how you impact other people. Mm-hmm. What it means to be a part of a team, what it means to be loyal, but how loyalty can also not be the best thing. It can be your downfall as opposed to being a positive thing. So it was a really good book. It was really sad. It was emotional. It was really good. So, okay. Well, I went through that quicker than I thought.
That was a great lightning round.
I didn't even know how to put on the brakes. So those are all the books that I technically finished that I never got to talk about. Mm-hmm. I guess I can tell you what I'm currently reading. Okay. Or talk about what I'm currently reading, because you know what I'm currently reading. Except, technically, I'm currently reading the 2nd volume of The Walking Dead. Mm-hmm. I'm not very far in it. Actually, I actually don't remember how far I am in it. I had picked it up a little while ago, read like almost half of it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I just haven't finished it yet, just because I've been trying to focus on The Stand.
Right.
I'm really enjoying The Stand, though. Stephen King is great. I've already said it, and I'll say it again. He's great. He's, obviously, this is not news to anybody who knows Stephen King, but he's so good at, like, writing this ominous, spooky, unsettling vibe throughout everything.
Right.
So The Stand is about a virus that kills off most people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about a pandemic. Just going ahead and putting that out there. There's a lot of trigger warnings, content warnings in The Stand. Anything by Stephen King really has a good amount of content warnings. But this one's about a virus, and it kills off a lot of the population. It starts off so fast-paced, and you're constantly like, oh, goodness, what's going to happen? And one of the reasons that our coworkers said that I would like this is because when he was reading Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel, he said that reminded him of The Stand because of how Emily St. John Mandel writes. It's very kind of spooky. Like, this character doesn't know it, but you know it as the reader. Within a week, the people all around this person's going to be dead. Like, just stuff like that. Stuff that's very ominous and creepy. So I kind of wanted to... I dog-eared a page. I dog-eared a chapter, actually. It's a short chapter. It's chapter 8. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I do want to read, like, a paragraph to kind of, like, show you what I mean by how ominous it is. I know I'm great at reading stuff out loud on the podcast, so we'll see how this goes. On June 18th, 5 hours after he had talked to his cousin Bill Hapscomb, Joe Bob Brentwood pulled down a speeder on Texas Highway 40 about 25 miles east of Arnett. The speeder was Harry Trent of Braintree, an insurance man. He had been doing 65 miles per hour in a 50-mile-an-hour zone. Joe Bob gave him a speeding ticket. Trent accepted it humbly and then amused Joe Bob by trying to sell him insurance on his house and his life. Joe Bob felt fine. Dying was the last thing on his mind. Nevertheless, he was already a sick man. He had gotten more than gas at Bill Hapscomb's Texaco, and he gave Harry Trent more than a speeding summons. Harry, a gregarious man who liked his job, passed the sickness to more than 40 people during that day and the next. How many those 40 passed it to is impossible to say. You might as well ask how many angels can dance on the head of a pin. If you were to make a conservative estimate of 5 apiece, you'd have 200. Using the same conservative formula, one could say those 200 went on to infect 1,000, the 1,000 5,000, and the 5,000 25,000. Under the California desert and subsidized by the taxpayers' money, someone had finally invented a chain letter that actually worked, a very lethal chain letter. On June 19th, the day Larry Underwood came home to New York and the day that Franny Goldsmith told her father about her impending little stranger, Harry Trent stopped at an East Texas cafe called Babe's Quick Eat for lunch. He had the cheeseburger platter and a piece of Babe's delicious strawberry pie for dessert. He had a slight cold, an allergy cold maybe, and he kept sneezing and having to spit. In the course of the meal, he infected Babe, the dishwasher, 2 truckers in a corner booth, the man who came in to deliver bread, and the man who came in to change records on the juke. He left the sweet thing that waited his table a $1 tip that was crawling with death. I know I'm not an audiobook narrator, but it's creepy.
Yeah.
On his way out, the station wagon pulled in. There was a roof rack on top, and the wagon was piled high with kids and luggage. The wagon had New York plates, and the driver, who rolled down his window to ask Harry how to get to US 21 going north, had a New York accent. Harry gave the New York fellow very clear instructions on how to get to Highway 21. He also served him and his entire family their death warrants without even knowing it.
Wow.
It's just like this whole chapter is just that.
Wow.
Like people just getting infected nonstop.
That's crazy.
It's very creepy and it's really good.
Wow.
I know I'm not great at reading stuff out loud, so I don't do it justice, but it's really good.
Wow.
I'm enjoying it a lot. So it's funny you said you started listening to a podcast. I started listening to a podcast.
Did you? I'm going to guess it's not political.
It's not. So last year, I binged a lot of different podcasts by the same people. They're narrative podcasts.
Okay.
The first one I listened to last year was called Rabbits. And I found out about it because I was watching a BookTube video where somebody talked about a book named Rabbits by Terry Miles. And they were saying that they were doing this thing where they were going to read a bunch of books with rabbits on the covers. So it just fell into that. But I'm glad that she did that.
Idea.
Yeah, she does a bunch of stuff like that. And so she did that. And I'm glad she did that because then I found the people who made these narrative podcasts. So the first one was Rabbits. And it's about like this alternate reality game. This is the, I guess you could say, synopsis for Rabbits. When Carly Parker's friend goes missing under mysterious circumstances, Carly's search leads her to an ancient, mysterious game known only as rabbits. Carly begins to suspect that rabbits is much more than just a game. It might be the very key to the survival of our species and the universe as we know it. But it's about this, like, secret society almost that plays this potentially deadly game known as rabbits. And it's a very creepy podcast. The people who make this podcast do a lot of, like, all of their podcasts are kind of creepy, kind of spooky, but they're really good. The second one I listened to was The Black Tapes by the same people, and it's by the, I think they're called Public Radio Alliance. The Black Tapes is a serialized docudrama about one journalist's search for truth, her enigmatic subject's mysterious past, and the literal and figurative ghosts that haunt them both. How do you feel about paranormal activity or the supernatural, ghosts, spirits, or demons do you believe? It's about these, like, really creepy tapes that they end up watching. And then I listened to another one by the same people. It's called The Last Movie, and it's actually sort of similar to, I know I had told you I had DNF the book called The Experimental Film, something like that. And it's in close relation to that. Like, The Last Movie, they're researching about these people who watch this movie. They end up, like, mysteriously dying, going missing, whatever. And so they're trying to investigate that. And it's very spooky. Then they also have one called Tanis, which is about, like, something weird going on in the forest. And, like, someone went missing. They found a tape of them, but the person found a cabin in the woods that nobody can find. Oh. It's very, very creepy. So the most recent one I'm listening to by them is called Fairy. And this is the little sum up of Fairy. Welcome to a world where fairy tales do exist, and once upon a time is closer, darker, and more dangerous than you imagined. Welcome to the immersive new Parcast original series, Fairy. Available exclusively on Spotify, Fairy follows the investigation of Ryan Bailey, a young woman who by happenstance saves a man's life and then is thrust into a secret world of mythological creatures called fairies. Oh. So yeah, I'm listening to a new podcast.
That sounds cool.
Rabbits is really good. I've actually thought about re-listening to it, and I actually told my sister about it when I was listening to it, and she bought me the book Rabbits by Terry Miles.
Very cool.
Terry Miles is also, like, the original creator of these podcasts as well. Like, he's also in them as a character sometimes. And
that's really cool.
These little fun things. Yeah, it's really good. Really creepy. So I've been thinking about that book a lot lately because I started listening to this podcast. So I might read that next. I don't know. First things first, I have to finish The Stand.
Yeah, but you're doing really well on that.
Thank you.
The rate I'm going with my book, it'd take me all year. I actually do want to get better about that. I really do. It's my goal for the year.
There's nothing to get better about, Becky, unless you aren't happy with your progress. But
I'm really not happy with my progress. It's really taking me too long to read this book.
And that bothers you.
Yeah.
Yes. I understand.
I feel like I'm not putting enough, what's the word I'm trying to look? I'm not making it a priority enough to get through it. And other just books, like physical books in general.
It's hard sometimes.
Like, I'm just making other things priority.
Yeah. But I mean, you have to. It's your life. You have to make certain things a priority. You gotta. Some stuff has to be more important than the book you're reading. So it's okay.
Here's the thing.
I just hope you're still enjoying it and not, like, lying to yourself.
No, I'm not lying to myself. So my children really, I love them.
Yeah. I hope
they
so.
demand a lot of my attention. They don't like it when I read a physical book. They don't like it when I listen to audiobooks. And I mostly listen to those when I'm on my way to work or when I'm going to donate plasma, something like that, when they're not in the car with me, unless it's a book that I think that they'll enjoy.
Yeah.
But so when I'm reading my physical books, they're like, pay me attention. You're not doing enough with me. And that is one reason why I want to be home. That's one reason I started the homestead.
Yeah.
So I could be at home with them more often.
Yeah.
And if I'm giving them my attention, if I'm able to quit working at my job, which I enjoy working at, but if I'm able to quit it and be at home with my children, then I can probably read more.
Right.
Because I'm not at work for 8-10 hours a day.
Yeah.
I'm at home with them. And so, like, I work 8 to 10 hours and then I come home. They don't want me to read. They want me to play with them or watch TV with them, or, where when we're watching TV, we're interacting with whatever we're watching, or we cook together and stuff like that. And so sometimes they feel neglected if I'm reading a physical book. And that's another reason why it takes me so long to read. And then I thought that they would enjoy reading Harry Potter with me. And they keep saying, it's okay, Mom, if you read it, but they're really not enjoying it.
That's interesting.
And I'm really disappointed
Yeah.
that they're not enjoying it because I thought that that would be something we would do together.
Yeah.
So that is really why it's taking me so long, because I just, like I said, I just have too much going on,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not making it a priority or haven't figured out when to actually read it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a journey.
It is. I'll figure it out though. That's why I'm so impressed with Anne Bogel.
Yeah.
Because she does all this reading and she's a mom.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm pretty sure she's still married. So that probably helps that her husband is at home and he helps her with a lot of stuff too. I don't have a husband at home to help share the load or to take their attention when I'm reading or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that is an issue. But I also still feel like I should still be able to make time to read.
Yeah. I mean, whenever you can, you have to be able to make time to do something you want to just sit down and enjoy doing.
Yeah.
So.
I'll figure it out eventually.
For your own sake.
Yeah. But fortunately, my goal is only 24 books.
That's a great goal. I decided I'm going to keep a list of the books that my friends have read.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That way I can know what they have read.
Yeah.
And so when I want to like see if they want to read something else,
Mm-hmm.
I know they haven't read it.
Yeah. That is a really good idea.
Yeah, I need to make it. Bless our friend's heart. She's been just flying through these Sarah J. Maas books.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I keep forgetting which series she's on.
Mm-hmm.
And so she has to like keep telling me. And that's why I want to keep a list.
That's a good idea.
That way I keep track.
Yeah. Are you buddy reading anything with her?
No, she's too far in the Sarah J. Maas series for me to
buddy read?
to even buddy read anything with her. Curse myself for
That's so
introducing her
funny.
to A Court of Thorns and Roses. No, I'm glad she enjoys it. She's like, I'm so glad you introduced me to this. And she has a book goal for this year too. And I'm glad. I'm glad she has a book goal. I'm glad you have a book goal.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll meet mine, but we'll see.
So I did 24 because I thought surely I could do 2 a month.
Yeah. One
We'll-
audio,
we'll see.
one physical.
I've done 1 audio.
maybe make it 2 audio.
I might.
So, wait, so did you liked Dragonknight?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about it.
So
I feel like we got distracted.
I think it's the conclusion in the series. For some reason, I thought there were 5, but I think there's only 3.
Oh, okay.
And I was really starting to get upset with this book, actually, because the first 2, in the first book, Kale is the main character. And I don't think I'm spoiling anything by saying that she's the main character. She's a dragon keeper, but she doesn't know it.
Oh.
And so there's a lot of mystery behind her character. She doesn't know who she is because she thinks she's an orphan and that she's a slave in this town, but they treat the slave really well, actually, even though she's a slave. Like, she has to do what everyone tells her to do, but they're not really mean to her. And like, she's the town slave. So if this person needs washing, she goes and does their washing. If this
Interesting.
person needs a babysitter, she goes and babysits. So she doesn't really get like paid for this because she's a slave.
Right.
But she does get fed. She does have a room and stuff like that. And she finds a dragon egg. So the mayor of the town sends her to like the capital of their
Yeah.
area to take the dragon egg
Mhm.
and I guess find out what they're supposed to do. So that's how the first quest starts. And then she meets certain people. They go through certain things. And then in the second book, you're introduced to some new characters and they go on another quest. It's not really like an extension of the first quest, like it's a completely different quest, but there's also a theme that follows throughout all 3 books.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say too much because I don't want to
Yeah.
spoil it in case anyone is really interested in reading it. So in the first book, she has a total of 7 dragon eggs.
Wow.
She's got the initial one she finds, and
Yeah.
then she finds 6 altogether.
Sheesh.
And so in the first book, one of them hatches for sure. And in the second book, another 1 or 2 hatch.
Uh-huh.
And in the third book, they're all hatched by the time you finally get to her character. Like, almost the whole book is gone before she even comes. They talk about her a little bit, but I'm like, she's like been the main character for 2 books.
Right.
What the heck?
Yeah.
And so then there's this culmination. So the writer is Christian. And so she kind of draws on God and Jesus. So I didn't know that at first when I was listening to it, but then I was reading about her a little bit. And then after I read that, then I could kind of hear it in the
Yeah,
in
you
the
could
books.
sort of see-
I could see the theme. There's an evil person
Mhm.
who they have to deal with in the first 2 books. But there's always this main evil character that's talked about but never interacted with, who is Satan, but that he's called Pretender in the books. And so in the last book, he shows up and like there's this big battle.
Yeah.
And so it's really interesting. Like it comes to a conclusion and it's just really, it's really cool how they brought it all together. And as I'm listening to the third book, I'm going, oh, that's so-and-so. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And one of the characters you're introduced to in the second book is also, he thinks he's an orphan and he doesn't know anything about his parents or anything. And he starts to find out who he is in the third book. And it's neat because as a listener, and probably if I had the physical book as the reader, you start to figure it out before he does.
Yeah.
What's happening and who's who. And it's just really neat how it happens. And so, like, if you're interested in questing, and you don't even have to be interested in God and Jesus, because they don't really try to preach to you in the books.
Yeah.
You can, if you're a Christian, you can see it, but it doesn't ruin it if you're not a Christian.
Right.
And so I think if you like dragons, if you like quests, and if you don't mind reading middle grade, because it is, I think, written for a younger audience. If you don't mind that it's written for younger people, then I think you'd really enjoy it, the series.
That sounds great.
It is really cool. And the Pretender in the end, he inhabits what's called a meech dragon's body. So the final battle, it kind of takes place between like this humongous dragon, but it's not really him. He's been inhabited. Mm-hmm. And it's just really neat. It's a really, I think that people would really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think. I did. I don't know.
You're sitting here, get people to read Donita K. Paul's books.
Yeah. But she also has written other books. But she also has other books that are not part of the series, but I think are also dragon books. Yeah. So I'm interested in maybe reading some more of her. Like, I think there's 2 more books on Scribed by her. So I'm interested in maybe listening to those as well.
I think there was something I was going to say. Oh, yeah. I still feel, I know I've already mentioned this a while ago when you had started reading like the first Donita K. Paul book in that series, the Dragon Quest, I think.
Yeah.
You would probably really like Dragon Prince on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
But before you watch the Dragon Prince, I need you and your children to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, we've started it.
What? You didn't tell me that.
I didn't.
Becky! That's like the best show on the planet.
And this one goes,
I'm going to cry.
She acted like she'd already seen it. I don't know if she had or not, but she knew what it was when I put it on. She goes, oh, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh my gosh.
So we've seen the first 2 episodes, I think.
My heart is so full. That's like that. I mean, I'll fight anybody to the death. That is like the best show ever made.
I have enjoyed the first 2 episodes.
It is the best show ever made. I might sound dramatic, but I'm not being dramatic. It is the best show.
I don't even know how I kept that a secret from you, but
I've just gone through so many emotions right now. So after you finish that, if you want to watch The Legend of Korra, you can. It's the sequel season to Avatar: The Last Airbender. Mm-hmm. I don't really care if you watch that.
Okay.
It's good, but it's not as good. There, I said it. But The Dragon Prince has a couple of voice actors that were in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay.
They're in The Dragon Prince. And the second season, or not the second season, it's like the 4th season with a new title, has just now come out on Netflix, and I haven't watched it yet. But yeah, you'd probably really enjoy that. But I'm so glad you're watching the Avatar: The Last Airbender. My life's complete. I love that show.
Brooke has really got me to expand my horizons.
I love that show. That show is so good. Let me give it a few more episodes before I ask which elements y'all would be in. Okay, so that's all I have for this episode.
Okay. I think that's all I have for this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Don't forget to buy your copy of Twilight.
If you don't already own it.
Borrow it from the library.
Or dig it out of your boxes.
Or download the audio on something. I don't know if it's on Scribed. I don't think it is. Is it?
Wait, maybe. No, not as an audiobook, but I think you can read it.
Is it an ebook?
I think so.
Well, if that's your jam, then there you go. Ebooks are some people's jams. But don't forget we're reading that. We're going to technically start on the 6th. You can start whenever.
Yeah.
But our book club episode will get recorded on March 6th.
So it will come out on March 13th.
Yep. So just be aware of that. we're gonna accept audio clips again. I really hope we have more than one. Not that the one was bad. That was great. I loved it.
Yeah, it was great.
But
It'd
I
be
would
nice
like
to
more than
have.
one.
Yeah. And also you can direct message us through Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah.
And we can read your messages if you'd rather.
Yeah.
So, or email us because you put our email at the.
Yeah, it's in
on
the
the podcast,
footnotes
right?
in the show notes.
Okay.
Even if I take a week to actually type the show notes, our contact
there.
social media is still there. It's
And-
there before everything.
Well, and also if you miss a week, it's on all the other ones.
yes. Yes, it is.
All right. Well, in that case, thank you, Kindred Spirits, as always, for listening. Thanks again to Sideways Sheriff. If you haven't checked out Getaway Drivers, watch that. It's on Discovery Plus. We have not watched it yet, but that's partly because our internet went out.
I'm just glad you're watching Avatar.
And we also haven't watched more of that because our internet went out.
I have all the DVDs.
Really?
Yeah.
AT&T's coming out tomorrow, so hopefully...
We can watch an episode before y'all leave.
Oh, we might do that. Episode 3. Yeah, we can do that. So thank you for listening. Thank you to Sideways Sheriff. Thank you to Brooke's mom for all the merchandise that she's worked on. We appreciate that.
Go Brooke's mom.
And thank you for listening, as always. Again, I'm going to shorten my my quote at the end because I never get it right anyway, so what's the point? Thank you for listening. It's splendid to know that there are so many kindred spirits out there. Thank you guys. And until next time, stay happily booked.